Hi, I'm Kristen Rosenberg. I'm a holistic health intuitive and strategist, and I'm bringing you the Angel and Oracle reading for April 2025. And I am recording this video in March. And I don't know about you, but if you've listened to my video, the Angel and Oracle reading for March, um, it's been a rough month. Even for me, I have to go back and listen to my messages and take it in as well. And there's been a lot of inner shadow stuff coming up for me just lately, and it's calling me to leave it behind and really work through it and feel into it. Feel into it so that it's acknowledged and that it can be healed and released. So, if that's happening for you, I totally get it. It's happening for me too. It can be a lot right now, but yeah, keep doing your self care and doing that inner work as best you can. And I will um, be here also working with you. And so let's just keep going and start the reading for April and see what it has for us. So for April, I'm just going to put my glasses on. It helps me see here. So for April, Archangel Metatron came through, and he is the one who guards, and I'll just read these off in case you're just listening to this video. Archangel Metatron helps people release unwanted energies, directs divine source energy to Earth. He's the recorder of our life choices. He guides us to use our spiritual power to serve humanity. He acts as a bridge between humanity and the divine, and he supports individuals who are sensitive and or spiritually gifted, and he supports energetic planetary shifts. So in light of what's happening in the world right now energetically, this is the perfect archangel to come through and talk to us, because there's a lot of shifting and changing right now. And a lot of what's happening is about us stepping into our power and raising our frequencies. So the fact that he can guide us to use our spiritual power to serve the collective, that's a wonderful thing, and that's going to come through in the message for this month as well. So here we go with the message for Archangel Metatron next. All right, for Archangel Metatron, the first thing that happened when he was coming through is that he showed me this image of just a room, and it was a white room with this white couch, and the white couch was circular. There were no breaks in it. So I'm comparing it to the picture that's at the top right of the screen right now, this circle. So the couch was white, but it shaped like that exactly. And then what I saw was me sitting on the couch in numerous different positions, just seated in different positions on the couch all the way around the circle, just very quickly moving around, seated, even just moving a centimeter around the couch. And so I was kind of like spinning pretty fast, but I was seated at different times. And what I could hear him saying to me is that what's happening right now is, and this sofa, what I came to realize, isn't necessarily just a sofa, it's a portal. And I know I've been shown that a couple of times in my last couple of videos. So the sofa represents a portal. And what he was telling me was that there's multiple perspectives right now, multiple perspectives and multiple dimensions. It's all happening at once. And there is a sense of a spiral of dimensions and perspectives that we can't take in right now all at once. It's both wonderful in terms of the possibilities of perspectives and realities, and it's also somewhat chaotic in that we feel like we don't have an anchor point yet. So we're just kind of going around the circle a little bit in April, getting all these different perspectives. And that could even be happening now at the end of March, to be honest. That may be already underway. But for April, I feel this too, that we've been going around this circle, and we're kind of collecting our thoughts and feelings about different ways of being and different perspectives of the world and different realities. So And what he was saying is that we don't necessarily feel like we have an anchor point, but we need to find one at this point. So we're trying them out. And he's saying that every perspective is valid and every perspective is a truth for each individual on their own as well. So with so many personal truths, it's difficult to know what's what. So what is the truth of our experience? And as I was asking that question, I could see the image shift. And so from this white couch image or from the portal, I could see this like a spiral flexing upward from the portal and downward from the portal. Um, so we're all shifting around in this circular sofa at the moment and at the present, and we're going to be called to choose which way we want to move on that spiral, either extending up in frequency or staying where we are or being in a lower frequency. And so what I see is the spiral is flat to begin with, and then it starts to stretch. And it will grow both upward and downward. And what I'm hearing is that this is the beginning of our roller coaster ride. And I keep referencing this because it's what came through for 2025 is that when the energies start really moving, it's going to feel like a roller coaster ride. And even more that I heard, it's almost like a rocket launch at the end of the video. Not trying to scare anyone. It's just a sense of speed and intensity that I'm getting from this. So April is the beginning of our roller coaster ride, and we get to choose which direction our energetic momentum is going to take us. So either upward into ascension or downward in a lower frequency, or we can stay where we are in 3D, three-dimensional frequency. Right now, we're just spinning around this sofa right now of the present, and we're at a point of choosing, he's saying. We're gathering information, like I had said, from this time, observing multiple perspectives and angles as we sit in various places on the sofa. And we're taking in what's happening around us and discerning what point of view or vantage point feels good for us. So this is a time of, although I see moving around the sofa really fast, it's also a time of slowing down internally so that we can choose where we want to be anchored and when we choose that final seat, that will be the crux or the point of launching for us. It's the point where we launch into the next phase, where we will launch into the spiral. And so I put a picture of the spiral on the slide here, the bottom right picture. And it's like wherever you choose to sit on that upper photo, on the sofa, April's kind of be that wherever you decide, wherever you sit, that will be the point of launching, and then you will launch into the spiral on your own line, because you can see the lines there that are circling the portal in the bottom photo. You'll follow your own line, your own reality, your own perspective, whatever you choose. So it's a time right now of quiet anticipation and waiting and discerning what we want. And that's been going on for a couple months now, but we've been doing a lot of internal work and keep doing that work because we still have some time to pick our seat here on the sofa. And it also ties into the roller coaster ride. We've reached the top of the incline on this roller coaster ride, going up the incline, waiting for release. And we're just kind of sitting there at the top now, waiting for the car to start moving forward. So this is the ride we're going to be on right now. Once the roller coaster car releases, it's going to move fast, and there may be some recurring themes still that we have to learn, but we'll be having to learn from them pretty quickly because things are going to move pretty fast. I also see this spiral that I see pictured here. The spiral that I saw wasn't necessarily in color. It was just in bright white light. All the strands were white light, but I wanted to give you a sense of what it was looking like for me. But around this spiral, I could see a clear bubble of white light around it as well. And it's as if to say that this pathway of ascension, or whatever path you choose, has a bubble around it. It's like guardrails that are protecting you and that they're divinely placed there. That our cosmic family, the angels, creator, God, the universe, however you refer to that power, it's placed this energetic protective bubble around us so that we are supported and protected and guided as we move along this path. And again, I want to reiterate this. There's no wrong place to sit on the sofa. There's no wrong perspective. There's no wrong choice. It's just the soul's experience here. So it's really whatever you choose, whatever is best for you. And you could choose to go downward on the spiral. It's not wrong. Um, so I just want to make that really clear. Wherever you are, don't feel like, oh, I've missed my chance to ascend. No, that's not what it's about. It's just that things are going to be speeding up right now. And so just bring awareness to what you're thinking, feeling, how you're behaving. All those things are going to affect your journey. It affects you mentally and emotionally and energetically. So that will be a part of what path you kind of follow when things start moving. So again, not to bring fear into this. There is no right or wrong. It's just what you and what your soul wants to experience in being here during this time. And I did ask Archangel Metatron, what happens for people who are on the downward side of the spiral, just because I was curious. And I'm just seeing darkness, but not in a condemning way or a scary way. It's just more of being about the old way of doing things, having warring beliefs, limiting beliefs, false beliefs, being in negativity, staying in judgment, and being unable to see the truth of who you really are and the fact that we're all connected. It's really the old systems of power and imbalance. And again, this isn't wrong. It's just that the energies are coming in to bring us something new, that so that we can step into something new and bring something new to our lives and experience a new way of being. So, if that's what you want, definitely put an intention toward that. And again, there is no right or wrong. It's just choice and whatever your soul wants to experience. But I will say that right now, even though it's kind of not yet launched, like we're still moving kind of slowly, it's been kind of dizzying because I see us going around and around the sofa trying to kind of get ready and choose what we want for ourselves. And we're also looking at what's happening on the world stage, right? All the things that are happening around us in the world. And that can be crazy making too. But what Archangel Metatron is saying, he wants us to focus on our individual worlds right now and get clear about where we want to be and how we want our lives to progress and evolve. Like, what do we want for ourselves and our futures? And while we're spinning around the sofa, that's why it's been so important for us to be doing the inner work to find our true, authentic self so that the next chapter of our life is based on the trueness of us, what we really want, not on pretending to be something or living up to some expectation that someone else has for us. It's what we truly want, where we'll find real fulfillment and purpose for our lives. So that point will look different for every person. Every spot on that sofa will look different for everyone. Everyone has their own personal truth and what is meaningful to them and what lights them up. So there's no wrong way to do this. It's all about what your preference is and who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world. So really, there's an infinite number of experiences to be had. So get clear about what you truly want and what's in your heart. And he's saying, Archangel Metatron says, there are a number of experiences. So pick your quote unquote seat. Which is the seat is your launching point, your vantage point, and buckle up. He's saying, again, there's no wrong choice, and there will always be free will to change your experience. So, but there will be greater momentum at this time at the release point. So he says, try to be clear in what you intend for your life. And I kind of was seeing a little bit of a rocket launch at that point. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things go. And I know a lot of these messages have been a little bit repetitive, and I asked Archangel Metatron about this. I'm like, okay, I've heard a lot of these messages before. They're kind of on repeat a little bit. Is that okay? Do you really want me to bring this to people again? And he said, yes, I am telling you this because, and I'm just going to refer to my notes because he was telling me there's a lot of fear in the world right now. That's what he's saying. There's a lot of fear in the world. And we can see that, right? There's a lot of shifting and changing and a little bit of chaos and uncertainty. So, there's a lot of fear in the world. It's very distracting, Archangel Metatron says. So it's distracting and it's keeping people from staying on the path of raising their frequency. It's important to relay these images and messages so people have a sense of the energy to come and to know that there is a method to the madness and a container to the chaos. And I love those two little phrases, a method to the madness and a container to the chaos. I love that he's saying that because we know that the angels are here and kind of watching out for us. And it also just kind of reiterates the idea that there's a bubble around the spiral, whatever we choose, that there's a container holding us. And so we don't need to be so fearful because it's really important to be clear what's in our heart, and fear keeps us from that. So he's saying it's a lot right now. And there is a great deal happening in the open that we're seeing in the world. And there's also a lot happening beyond what we can see physically and energetically. So that gives me the sense that there's a lot happening behind the scenes that we don't even know about in good or bad ways, but I sense that they're good. So it's time to lock into the truth within and stay there as the winds change and the worlds shift, is what I hear him saying. He says, the angels are here, connect within and call on us. We are all ready to support you. As the energies start to move and quicken, there may be an expansion of individual gifts of sight, hearing, feeling, and knowing, among others. If this happens to you, do not be afraid, but be excited. This is an experience of energetic awakening, and often that energy unfolds in the spine. So if you see that happening, don't be afraid, Archangel Metatron is saying. If you feel like something's happening energetically to you, this is normal and can be part of ascension. So if this happens, do not be afraid, but be excited for your reconnection with Source. There will be more on this, he was saying, to come through later, but he wanted you to have this information for now in case something happens. So for now, clarity, authenticity, love, and intention are paramount, he says, to be ready for this point of launching. And in addition to all that, Archangel Metatron says, enjoy the path you pick, every twist and turn. It's about learning and expanding as you grow in connection with one another and Source, radiating more light and love into the world. So stay seated and buckle into your truth as takeoff begins. That's kind of how he ended that. So I love that message. There's a lot, it seems like that's going to be happening, but the angels are here with us. And, I like the idea of buckling in, that we have some sense of security. Things may be moving really quickly, but if we kind of anchor into ourselves and into our authenticity, the angels are there to be with us on our path, on our ascension path, on the spiral. And there is a container around us to help guide us, protect us, and help us through it. So really wonderful message, exciting. I'm not sure what's to come either, but we will see. So now let's move on to the card reading that comes along with this message for the month. Okay, so here's the card reading for April of 2025. And the question I asked is, what is the nature of our action this month? And I felt led to pick 3 cards for this question. And the first one to come up is education, and it was upside down in the reverse position. And this is a protection message. So this card, what it's saying to me is that we need to be aware of our facades that we're bringing to our life and into our world, and look at the need to be right all of the time. It's kind of asking us, are we thinking that we're always right? Do we think we always need to know best? Are we afraid of looking like we don't know as much as we think we're supposed to know? We need to take a hard look and a truthful look inside and see where we're pretending to know more than we actually do. And the card is also saying it's okay not to know. We can't know everything, and we should be open to the mysteries that the world and life is bringing us, especially now. So this is a great card and a lesson for us in terms of what's happening with the shifts on the planet right now, and also within ourselves. So we're finding ourselves in a point of history where we've never been before. It's very unprecedented. And I've listened to other channelers and readers myself to hear what they're saying about the shifting energies and what's happening with ascension on our planet, and trying to glean wisdom about what's to come. But the truth of it is that we're all human, even all these channelers, psychics, everyone who's bringing messages, including myself. We're all getting the messages that we're each individually meant to get and bring to the world, and you too. And that's okay. Not It's not that any one of us is wrong or right. It's just the messages that we're getting, and none of us know exactly how this story will play out. We don't know for certain, so none of us do. We're all human, and basically, what's the lesson here? We all need to be aware of what's the lesson of what's going on as these days and months roll forward. We need to know that it's okay not to know, and to just be open instead of pretending that we know more than we do, for all of us in all regards of our life. So I really like that message. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, and it's okay to not know what's going to happen. In fact, in some ways, it may be the best thing for us, so that we're not in immense fear. So anyway, that's a really great card to start. Okay, the next card is the intention card. And I love this card. I love the owl, the wisdom sitting on top of the egg that has yet to hatch, which is kind of like we're anticipating something, just as we are in April, that things are going to get moving and something new is going to be birthed. So, and the owl brings wisdom into this picture as well. And then that dandelion that it's holding, all those little wishes from the dandelion can blow out into the world with our intention and create our lives for us. So I love the symbology on this card. And the guidebook shares that inspired intentions are like magic arrows that shoot out into the world with the co-creative guidance of spirit. Spirit wants us to connect to our intention, so all of that, that true, authentic intention, so it can shoot out into the world and co-create magic in our lives. And another, I think, point in the guidebook that was really relevant and it felt important for me to share, was that it said, own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. So it's about getting clear and authentic, like I've been saying, and living intentionally from a place of truth and flow without imposing an agenda on what happens or pretending that we know best how life should go. We're putting our authentic intentions out into the world and acting from that place, and that allows synchronicities to appear in our life. So with our intention, that is our true vantage point and the launching point. So again, be clear and authentic in what you want for your life and the intention you're putting out there going forward. And the third card here is encouragement, which is really wonderful. I think we all could use some encouragement at this point. Encouragement in terms of supporting one another, that we encourage each other through this time of ascension and support one another. And I'm also hearing that spirit comes in and is supporting us too and encouraging us to keep going. So the universe is helping us along, and it's also about us helping each other through this time of change and shifting. What also is coming forward about this card is the idea that we're all on different paths, but we're all connected. We're all divinely connected to one another. So what happens to one person happens to the collective. It ripples out. So we need to understand that we're all in this together and to encourage one another during these challenging and shifting times, collectively and on a personal level. It will be a time of us having to come out of the drama and the blame and judgment of one another, and finally realizing that even though we might not all be in the same situations, we are all connected and in this together. So that's a really nice message, and different aspects of what the nature of our actions could be this month, something to consider. And now I'll move on to the energies that are happening for the month. So I asked, what are the driving and dominant energies for April? And the first one, which is absolutely beautiful that it came through, is Divine Matrix. And it makes so much sense as well, because look at this picture right here. It's the circle. It's the same as on the other slide that I was seeing with Archangel Metatron's message. It's a portal. And I also see the spirals in between too. So there's a lot of portal energy going on here. And it's just a beautiful card. At the bottom of the card, you can kind of see the face of spirit coming out of the portal. And it just has an energetic meaning for us that we are in a divine matrix. That is what is happening right now. We're all divine beings who are connected and part of a tapestry where we're all weaving our dreams together into the fabric of our reality. That's what this card is about. And what I love about this card in the context of Metatron's message is that it tells us that everything is possible under the sun. Everything is possible for us under the sun to be claimed. It's all a part of the divine matrix, and everything that we haven't even observed yet is part of the divine matrix as well. So it's just that sometimes our dreams can lie dormant until we actually choose to live that dream or have the intention to live that dream. But the potential experience for all of us of what we want for our lives is always there. That's what this card is saying. And what I'm getting from this card too is that there's a paradox of many multiple choices, intentions, in terms of the dimensions and realities that we can choose that you may want to bring to your experience. And there is also the sense that in this multitude of potential realities and experiences, we are all also one. So that's what this card is about. That's kind of what we've been saying all along here. So it's just the perfect card to come along for this reading. And it's just a time of getting clear, just as Archangel Metatron's message told us, to be in that authentic intention and vantage point that will best serve you for the next phase of your life. It's a time for claiming what's next for you and to expand into that divine matrix. So that's a really beautiful message and perfect for what's happening in the world right now. And along with Divine Matrix, the next card is Healing the Heart. So as we're, claiming and choosing and figuring out what we want for ourselves next, there's also an element, this other energy that's out there right now about healing the heart. And that makes total sense. That's all the inner work we've been doing. We need to leave all of the old emotional, we'll take out the trash, basically, all the old stuff that's not serving us, all the limiting beliefs, all the negativity, all the stories we tell ourselves, all the judgment of ourselves and the blame, all of that stuff needs to be left behind and released so that the heart can heal, because the heart is the core of where we emanate our frequency. It is where we radiate love and light. It is the deciding factor in terms of our launching point. And really, um, what is true, what is authentic for us lives in our heart, in our core here of who we are. And if that is loaded down with a bunch of negativity, it will be affecting the frequency of the heart and what comes to you in this next chapter. So it's time to let go of all that old stuff about manipulation and control and come into a place of flow where you can willingly and freely give and receive from your heart. And that will bring the new into your life as well. And it will be attracted because energy can only meet the same frequency of energy. So you want that heart energy to be really healthy and in a good place. So this next part of your life brings in really good things for you, things that serve you instead of work against you or bring your frequency down and make you sad and unfulfilled. So our hearts and their overall healing are a priority right now. Again, we need our hearts to be strong and powerful for this next phase of our journey. And in doing that, it will also help us connect to one another and connect to source. So continue to do your self-care and do that inner work. Even if you feel like you haven't gotten all the inner work finished, that's okay. We're human and we're always going to have inner work to do. So it's not like, by the end of March, you have to feel like you have gotten all of your inner work and shadow work done to be okay for this next phase. No, it's really about having that intention to keep the healing going, to keep the self-care going, to release all of that negativity. Just have that intention, and that will serve you and guide you and raise the frequency of your heart as you go along. So don't feel like you have to have everything done. I certainly don't, but I'm continuing to work on it as well. And just trying to release, little by little what I can that doesn't serve me. So I hope that you continue that work as well. And in terms of self-care, just remember things like meditation, being in nature, and breath work are all really great things that you can do. But really anything that helps you relax and be in your heart center is a good thing to do. So keep going and do all that work and self-care to lighten your energetic load and to lift your heart frequency as you move forward. Okay, just to wrap this video up, I know there's been a lot in here and it's been kind of long, so if you're still here, thank you so much for being here. What I'm hearing Archangel Metatron for the end of this video say is, so again, are you ready? And I'm going to read this because he was saying this to me and I want to get it right. So again, are you ready? Take a deep breath, get clear in your authenticity in terms of who you are and what you want for yourself as best you can, and claim it. There is no right or wrong, just experience. So choose your seat on this roller coaster ride, or maybe it may feel like a bit more like a rocket launch right now, but that's okay. Choose your seat, settle in, buckle up, and breathe. The ride is starting, so get ready to claim the new in your life, heal the old, and enjoy the journey. I hope you enjoyed the message for April. There's a lot going on, and if you have any questions, you can always contact me through my contact form at inspiretruewellness.com. I do provide individual angel readings, so if you're interested in that, there's a link in the posting here or underneath the video, wherever this video is being played, or you can visit inspiretruewellness.com and schedule there. I'll also mention that I do also do intuitive wellness scans, and I'm only mentioning that right now because there's so much going on and so much happening energetically. I think people can feel a little bit off in terms of their health and wellness and not sure what's going on with their bodies. So if you're interested in that, an intuitive wellness scan is also possible. I'll put that link in this posting in the comments as well. It's also on my website. You can find it there too. Um, the intuitive wellness scan is where I tune into your energy and different markers in the body, and it paints a picture of your health for me overall. And I can make some recommendations, or we can go over that in terms of what's happening, because when you don't understand what's happening with your health, sometimes it creates a lot of fear and uncertainty. And in this time of changing and shifting, it's nice to have a little bit of a compass for what's going on with your health when there's so many other things shifting and changing. I'm hoping that can decrease some of the fear or uncertainty that's going on with you and give you a better sense of what's happening in your body, and to help you come back to your body, and also help you understand that you have sovereignty, that you have autonomy over the health of your body. When we come back to the body and really understand how it works and what we can do to support it, it's an amazing thing. And we don't have to be afraid or give our power away to someone else to help us be healthy and take care of ourselves. So I just felt that coming through. Archangel Metatron wanted me to mention it too, just with everything changing. I want to be here to support you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So if you're interested in that, I'd be happy to work with you and give you some information about what's happening with you and your body. And along with your feedback, it's a great conversation. It's always really interesting. So again, thanks so much for being here. I will see you again next month. I hope your April goes well, and wishing you much true wellness, light, and love for this month. Again, thanks for being here. See you next time. Bye.